one of the first things you do when you open up a set is bookmark it. This allows for navigation. So I have Bluebeam open here, and what we're going to want to do is open a set. The first thing you have to do is combine the set, because most of the time you will not have combined drawings. So what you're going to do, and let me delete that because that was a little practice round. You're going to take your drawing. So I'm going to grab Rev A, hold Control, select, drag and drop. You can also use Control A to select everything and drag and drop, but I'm just going to grab these two. So Control, drag, and you're going to drop it in here. Now, you're going to want to reorder it to whichever way you want it to be combined. This looks good. I want this page first, then this page. Right click, combine. Bam, add open files. I have a whole video on how to combine files using the stapler or using this method, but I'm just going to kind of run through it really quick just in case you guys need a refresh. And press OK. And now you have a document. I'm going to press Control Shift S to rename this. And again, I'll call this bookmarked. Bam. Exit out of these guys. You don't need them. Now you might think, okay, I'm ready to bookmark, right? Make sure you're in scrolling pages, so that way you can see both pages, and it looks kind of like this. And you might think, oh, I'm ready to bookmark. Hold up. You have to actually make sure your document is OCR'd if you want to take advantage of the names of these pages. How you check that? You're going to hold Shift T and hover over it and try to click and drag. If you can select text like this, you're golden. But if it looks something like this, you're not golden. You need to OCR it. How do you OCR? You're gonna have to watch my video on OCRs. So I will link it below because that's something you'll need to do. Also make sure to check this drawing number, make sure that's selected. So again, if it's not, you gotta OCR it. The other thing I like to check is if there's markups. So look down here, there's like this little rectangle guy. Look here and see if there's markups. If there are, then you should flatten your document. If there's a bunch of CAD objects, flatten the document. It's Control Shift M to flatten everything. I have a whole video on it, so I'll link that below as well. Once you've checked those two things, you're ready. You're off to the races. So now we're ready to create bookmarks. You could just press Control B, right? Control B, bam, there's your bookmark for that page. But that's gonna take you hours if you have like 100 drawings. You don't want to go in here and type in IO-00. Yeah, we don't want to do that. That's too much effort. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. You're going to want to go to this button here and click Create Bookmarks. Now, it wants to say create up page labels. We don't have page labels. Most of the time, you're not going to have page labels. It will label them 1 and 2. That's not really going to do much for you. So we're going to go to page region. You could click here and then click select, but I usually just go straight to select. Which saves me an extra click. And I'm going to hold Control and scroll in. Now this works if you're on scrolling pages. This guy right here, scrolling pages. Make sure to add that to your ribbon. I have a whole customized ribbon video. I will also link it below. Then you'll zoom in, Control zoom, Control scroll. And sometimes you'll scroll and it looks something like this and you're like, how do I get down there? You have to grab the page and push it up. Usually on your mouse, you have an extra button and that acts as a grabber. If you don't have that, use spacebar and then click and drag, click and drag. I don't know what your mouse setup looks like, but hopefully you have that button because this button will come in handy. You do not want to be pressing the spacebar all the time. Now, you want your drawing to be first, the name of the drawing. So you're gonna zoom in here, you're gonna click and drag. Okay, you don't want to include that drawing number, but like this, click and drag. You'll see it shows you a little preview. Okay, cool, region 1. Is that all? No, we actually have text that says what this drawing is, so you want to add that. But you need to put a space, so space, and a dash, and a space. This will help you later on when you go to batch hyperlink. Trust me on this one. Space, dash, space. Now, press add. And how we're gonna do this is you're gonna pull this over and zoom out, Control out. Again, use the space bar if you need to. And then click this and drag to get this rectangle again. Bam, now you have a whole bookmark. Okay, cool. And now it says all pages, press OK, and then bam. See how we now have 2 bookmarks. So much easier to navigate. Imagine if you had hundreds of these. A lot easier. You don't have to manually type them. And you're golden. What I like to do is take this a step further. If I have a lot of drawings, what I will do is I will actually select this first one, for the header. And this is INC, so I'm gonna press Control B, right? And then I'm gonna go and press Enter. So now I have 2 bookmarks. Now it's not the same name, which is kind of annoying. So I'm gonna double click in here. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna double click in here, Control V, Enter. Now I got 2 with the same name. And then I'm gonna press F2 on the keyboard. Now if you're on a laptop, make sure the FN is selected to toggle that top of the keys on. You'll know what I mean when you press F2 and it doesn't work. Press F2 and then just rename this INC. And do the same thing with this guy. So you're gonna press Control B and you're gonna go ahead and grab this guy, Control C, double click, grab that. You could also just use this arrows, press F2 to get in there, copy, enter, down, F2, Control V, enter. You can use hotkeys if you want, but you just want them to be the same, and then change this top one to mechanical. So again, F2, mechanical. And what this is gonna do is you're going to pull this under here, and you can take this guy and pull it under here, and now you have a nice bookmarked thing, and you're gonna click this and press Save Collapsed State. Okay, so it looks something like this. Now, I will say, if you go and you try to create page labels from your bookmarks now, it's gonna be all messed up because it's gonna call the first one INC. It always picks the first bookmark. So if you wanna create page labels, which I'll do a different video on, and hyperlinks, do that all first before you start messing with the bookmarks. But since this is a bookmark video, I figured I'd talk about how to basically pull these in and out. What I mean is, if I go to create page labels right now, off the bookmarks, okay, see what I say? INC and mechanical, not good. Not what you want. So if you want to go and make page labels, make sure you do mess with the bookmarks after, because now I'll have to uncollapse these by pulling these out, and I'll have to put this one on top. It's usually easier if you grab that one and put it below. Grab this one, put it below. Now create page labels, okay, and now your page labels are normal. So just keep that in mind if you start messing with bookmarks and then you go to create your page labels, they'll be messed up. So I usually will pull them out and then I'll put them back in once I'm done with the page labels and I'm done with the hyperlinking. So now you can put them back, close it, save collapse state, bam. The save collapse state is really for when you open the document, it's not just bam, I'll expand it out. So if you have a preferred state, you can change it to this state if you like this one better. And you'll notice when you click it, it'll show the arrow on both. So that's a little bit about bookmarks. Now you're gonna wanna watch the batch hyperlinking and the page labels because those are really important videos because those are the next steps of what you're gonna do to have a complete set. But this is just a bookmarking video. So this is where we're gonna end. But hopefully this gives you a good idea on how to use bookmarks. Now I do have a whole Bluebeam Revu, introduction to Bluebeam Revu on Skillshare, so I will link it below. You can do a 30-day trial, get in there, watch the courses, you can cancel at any time, but it's good if you are looking for Bluebeam content because there's not a lot out there and I have a whole Skillshare class on it, so I will link it below. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.